All right. Hey, everyone. All right. Give me a second. I'm just pulling up my Facebook group so that I can see your comments, see who's joining. Awesome. All right. Hello, everyone. Okay, just say hello in the comments, okay? Let me know who's here with me, where you are joining from, and go ahead and let me know that you can hear and see me okay, all right? And we're gonna get started in just a second. All right, cool. Hi, hey, say hi in the comments. Let me know who's here. Okay. My phone is acting terrible this morning. I just want to make sure everyone can hear and see me good. Just let me know in the comments, please. All right. Hello, Jennifer. The screenshot is fuzzy. I don't know why. I can try to make it bigger. I don't know if that's really going to help any. Does that help at all? Is anyone else, is it fuzzy for anybody else? I made it a little bigger. I don't know if that helps. Jennifer's in Michigan. How's the weather in Michigan? I'm in Maine. It's so cold and rainy. All right, let me know if that helps at all. I made this screen a little bit bigger. Hopefully that helps. And we're gonna dive in just a second. Okay, okay, it's better. Cool, all right, yay. Awesome sauce. Okay, so what I wanna walk you guys through, I'm really excited about this. I think I always say that, right? I think I always say that I'm really excited about every training that I do, but I'm not lying. I actually really am. This stuff excites me. Okay, so I'm going to just walk you guys through the top funnels that I have in my biz. Okay, Jennifer says it just turned. Oh, it's called for rain this week. Oh, gosh, I know. We're on 2 days of like more than 3 inches, so I hear you. Okay, so what I want to walk you guys through are 3 funnels that I have set up in my business that I've kind of added to and improved and made so much bigger, like over the years, like along the way. These started out as like a couple of emails, and now they're just like, it's just getting bigger and bigger. And these are the 3 automated. So I should probably put my 3 top automated funnels. I should probably add that in here because these are automated. They just happen for me, right? They're happening behind the scenes. And so basically what this is, wow, I am like not spelling good this morning. Okay, so basically these are my 3 automated funnels in my business, and I call them my money funnels because, well, that's what they do and that's what they create. They create money in the background, behind the scenes, at all times. So these are really important because I know when I started my business, probably for the first few years of my business, I did not have automated funnels. Okay, I didn't have anything set up. So people would opt in to one of my things and then nothing would happen. Or even worse, they would opt in and then like randomly, just whenever I felt like it, they would get like some sales pitch from me. So it would just be some like random email, some random pitch. I didn't really know if it was what they wanted, if it was what they needed, you know, if it was what they signed up for. And I didn't really have a single intention with anything. So all I was doing is just randomly sending out some emails to the people on my list with a random offer. I did that for years, and you know, it got me a sale here and there, but it wasn't anything to brag about. It wasn't anything that was really doing anything for my business or for me. And so over time, I started to create an opt-in offer, and then I would set up one email where it was like, here are 2 emails. So one would be, here's your offer, or here's that free thing that you signed up for. And now, a couple of days later, I'd send them another email. And all the email was like checking in. I'm following up, I'm checking in. How'd you like the training or the freebie or whatever it was? And that was pretty much it. That's what my automated funnels consisted of, a max of 2 emails. And then what would happen is I would just lose connection with those people, and I didn't really follow up. I didn't nurture them. There was no intention with them. And so over the years, my list became really stale. People stopped responding. People stopped opening my emails, or even worse, they'd open them, but they wouldn't click. Or even worse, they would open, click, but not buy. And then even worse than that, they would open, click, not buy, opt out, right? This might be resonating with some of you. The reason this is happening is because you don't have these funnels right here set up. Because here's the fact. The fact is that somebody opted into your list because you shared something or gave them something that they found interesting and that they felt could help them. And so they signed up to get on your list so that they could get that freebie and so that they could learn more about that thing, whatever you're promoting or talking about or teaching. They want to know more, and they think that you are able to do that. You're able to provide that information. You're able to help them or support them. They would not get on your list otherwise. So if you have a list of people, they're potential buyers. The problem is you haven't done your job as a business owner to really nurture them and to set up a proper sequence of emails to do this for you. Because if you don't have these emails and these sequences set up, you're not going to do this stuff. You're just not. You're not going to, like, every time someone opts in, you're not going to go manually email them. You're not going to set up one email and then be like, oh yeah, I got to send out these 5 over the next few days. Like, life is too busy. You're not going to do that. You have to set this stuff up in advance if you're going to be bringing people onto your email list, which I recommend you do. One of the things that I know is I had a stale list for many years. Don't get down about it. Don't beat yourself up about it. You can turn it around. I did. Many of my clients have, and many other people have. You can turn it around. You just need to put the effort in. You need to set a few things up. I wouldn't say that this is what you need to go do if you have no money right now, because you need to focus on getting sales. But I think that this is something you could start to set up over time. And I think if you're going to do a big list build, or you're going to be like actively getting people on your list, you really need to set these things up ahead of time because it's going to maximize your sales and it's going to minimize the effort you have to put in. These are one and done. Like, literally, I set these things up over the past years a little bit at a time, and then I just go in and update them or improve them, like, over time. Like, maybe I have some different freebies I want to give them. Maybe I have some different offers. Maybe I have some different things I want to say. I go in and tweak and edit them along the way. But these things are like one and done. Once you set them up, you pretty much have them set up in place. I mean, they're working for you behind the scenes. So all 3 of these funnels do a lot of things for me. And they contribute to the growth of my business. So, and again, they're always being improved. So this first sequence right here, the indoctrination sequence. This is a series of emails, about 5 or so, that every person who comes onto my list, each and every single person, I don't care where they're coming from, I don't care what they opted in for, I don't care who they are, I don't care what it is they're looking for, any person who signs up on my email list is going to receive this email sequence right here. This is where they begin. So they opt in, they get my freebie that they signed up for, or whatever they opted in for. And then my email system triggers this sequence. And immediately they get this first email, and then they start to receive all the other emails over the course of like a week, okay? So every person goes through this sequence. Now, this indoctrination sequence is set up to give big time nurture. Big time nurture. All I'm doing in this sequence is building know, like, and trust. I'm building relationship, and I'm giving a ton of my best stuff away. I'm not charging for it. I'm not promoting. I'm not throwing all kinds of offers in their face. This first part of my sequence is nothing to do with sales. It is about building know, like, and trust and building a relationship with these people so that when it does come time to start to move into the sales sequence, they're rocking and ready. They're ready to go. They're already probably like, what's next? Like, show it to me. I'm ready to buy. So this is an extremely important sequence, and most people skip it because they want to get straight to the sales. The problem is people buy based on how you make them feel. People buy because they know you, they like you, and they trust you, okay? And you've made them feel a certain way. If you skip this first step and you go right into the sales, you're not only going to be really disappointed because you're not going to get sales, but you're also going to probably end up with a really stale list of people, and or they're just going to start opting right out. Like, they're going to unsubscribe from your email list because you just dove right into selling. Nobody wants to just be sold to like that, so I do not recommend that you skip this step, okay? Okay, sorry, I'm just making sure that some people are able to get into my group that are trying to join us. Okay, so this is like number one, really important. And this sequence is where everyone starts, okay? It's not like I skip it and we go to something else, okay? This is where everybody begins. Okay, hi Barb. Thanks for tuning in. All right, cool. Sequence is where all right, let me just turn this down because I don't need to hear myself. All right, give me a quick second, guys. I'm just getting on here so I can see all of the, hi Diana. Oh yeah, I can see everyone joining now. I wasn't able to before. Okay, cool. So this is pretty much the first sequence everybody comes into. And now what happens is I have things set up to trigger so that once the people that have come through this indoctrination sequence, once they complete this sequence, it triggers them to be moved into the sales sequence, okay? So they can come into this one once we complete the indoctrination sequence, okay? Now the sales sequence is, the intention here is we want to activate some buyers. Now we want to take the list that we've spent a week or so really nurturing and really giving good value. Now what we want to do is now we want to start to activate them as buyers. So at this point in my email sequence, I don't just dive into like, here, buy my $5,000 offer, here, buy my $2,000 offer. Because right now, I just want to activate them. What I mean by that is I want to see who on my list is a potential buyer. Who on my list might buy from me. And the best way to figure out and kind of divide my community between here's the people that are ready and willing to buy. Here's the people that didn't get enough nurture. They're not ready. I still need to nurture them. And then here's the people that are totally not a good fit and they unsubscribed. You have to know who's on your list because this is what's going to help you in your, when you do a launch or when you are promoting or trying to fill a program, you kind of need to know who's on your list. Do you have buyers on your list? Do you have, crickets on your list? Do you have all the wrong people on your list? Do you have amazing people, but they need some attention from you? If you don't really know who you have on your list, it's really, really hard to activate buyers. So what I do in this sequence is I begin to, I continue to nurture, right? That's the one thing I continue to do. I continue to nurture, but then what I also do is I start to activate them as buyers by putting little tiny low ticket offers in front of them. So, and here's the key. It needs to be congruent. So if you had them opt in over here into your sequence for list building, then that little upsell, that really small low ticket upsell you give them better be relevant to list building. Okay, you got to keep it all in congruency. So once I put them through here and I continue to nurture here in the sales sequence, but then what I do is I want to activate them as buyers. I want to see who on my list is a potential buyer. So what I'll do is I'll go through and I'll offer them something that's low ticket. I'll offer them something that's just a small little bite. It's a super easy yes. It is not difficult. It's not something they need to think about. It's not something that they have to, break their bank over. It's not something they got to go talk to their spouse. It's a very easy, like, no-brainer, super easy yes, totally let me have it. It's usually anywhere from like $7 to maybe $47, okay? And I'm just gonna give you a hint here. 27 and 47 are really, really, really good sellers. But again, it depends. I can do these small low ticket upsells for like $97 and get away with it. But I have people, like, I've gone through this process, so people buy my stuff. But if you know your people are not big ticket buyers, stop putting big ticket stuff in front of them. Activate them first with some low ticket offers, some really easy yeses, some no-brainer prices, but make sure it's still really good value. It's really, really, really juicy. Give them some of your best stuff, not everything, but give them enough where they can get a result, they can get a breakthrough, they can have a push forward. Like, it has to have some monetary value to it. It can't just be, here, download this checklist of my day, my schedule. Like, that's not really helping people. It's got to be something that's really juicy, really valuable, that they can go off, really quickly digest, and maybe get some sort of result. And it doesn't have to be money-wise, it just needs to be a result. This is activating them. Now they're going to be like, oh my God, that was really good. That was helpful. I got a result. Kind of want some more. I'm interested. It's going to keep them intrigued. It's going to keep them curious. It's going to keep them on your email list. And it's going to keep them opening and clicking through your emails. One of the things that everybody needs to understand is that you need to train your community. And you may not like the way that sounds, but it's just the way it is. You have to train your community to do the things you want them to do. So what does that mean? If you want people to open your emails, then you need to train them to open your emails. So how do you do that? That means that you stay consistent, you stay relevant, you provide immense value, and you make really juicy headlines or titles or subtopics, or you make your content really juicy so that people want to open your emails. Once you get them to open it, what do you want them to do next? You want them to what? Buy, opt into something else, whatever you want them to do. Train them to do that. The way that you're going to do that is through giving really good value and making juicy freebies and really good topics and subject lines and headlines for your stuff, because the copy is what's going to get people to take an action. So you have to start to train people to do the things you want them to do. If you're just getting people on your list and they're just sitting there and you're not emailing and you're not asking for the sale, you're not giving them any value, you're not giving any call to actions, free or paid, if you're not doing anything, right, then what do you think they're going to do? They're not going to do anything either. They're just going to follow your lead, and you're going to have a stale email list that's just not doing anything. And when it comes time for you to say, okay, I'm finally ready to nurture my list, I'm finally ready to be consistent, it's going to take you a little bit to warm them back up, because you sort of lost that with them. Now, I told you, I had an email list that was stale for several years, and I was able to turn that around. It's the same email list today that buy $5,000 programs from me. They buy $97 programs. They buy $7 programs and everything in between. It's the same list that went from like a very small 5% open rate to now I'm a little over the 20 mark, 20%. 20% is pretty average in the industry. I'm a little between 22, 23, maybe 24%, and it's increasing as I improve this sequence right here. So it's only getting better. And so I'm just saying that if you do have an email list that is stale, it's crickets, they're just not doing what you want them to be doing, just know that you can turn it around. You just need to create the plan. You need to set your intentions and figure out what it is you want to see happen. And then you have to lead it. You have to train them to do those things that you want them to do, okay? Now, once I go through the sales sequence, it kind of consists of two parts. First of all, I want to activate them as a buyer. So I'm just going to kind of offer them something, like I said, that's really low ticket, absolutely no more than $47, and probably no less than $7, and then anywhere in between. Okay, $27 and $17 are really, really easy sells, especially if you just don't have people that buy bigger ticket items. So, and that's okay. Don't feel bad about that. If they don't buy big ticket items, they'll buy those little ticket items all day long. But you got to put them out there, okay? They have to be congruent. So once I activate some people and I see who on my list is buying, I look and I say, wow, okay, these people are opening, these people are clicking, and then these people bought my low ticket offer. Well, let's see what else we can get them to do. Let's see how much more we can nurture them and see if they will move into a better, bigger way of working with me. And so then what we'll do is they get moved, they're still in a sales sequence, right? They purchase this thing, they get that, so they receive an email with that information of, hey, congrats, here's your thing that you bought, right? And then I want to continue to nurture them. So on the thank you page of that thing that they bought, I'm going to offer something else. And this one's going to be a little bit higher, but it's still a no freaking brainer. It's not anything crazy. It's maybe like $97, right? Maybe it's $47. It's a little more than that first no-brainer price, that easy yes. It's still another easy yes. And it's kind of like the next step from that little freebie they bought. So now what we do with this is we want to put it on the thank you page, and it's one-time deal, meaning click off this page, it's gone. Like, I'm not going to give it to you in another email. I'm not going to send it to you later. You're not going to get it in my program. Like, it's on this page, and that's it. And listen, congruency is a big deal. If you tell them it's on that page and that's it, then that is it, right? We don't just make that shit up. That's what it is. So it's a simple offer. It's like the next step. So it's really congruent with what they just bought. Then we want to see, are they really buyers? This is part of activating buyers. You need to know who on your list is a real buyer. So the way that you do that is you have to activate them through a few little lower easy yes offers. So now we have these people who bought the first offer. Let's say it was $27. Well, now I'm going to put this $47 offer. It's kind of the next step, and it's really congruent with what they just purchased. I'm going to put it on the thank you page. I'm going to let them know the offer you just bought is on its way, but before you go, I have this other thing, and this is like the next step. It's congruent. It makes sense. They need it. They're going to go through and buy that. Okay, they're going to get another email that invites them over to get that thing. Now I'm going to rest a little bit. I'm just going to welcome them back into my community. I'm going to nurture them a little, and then we're going to move into a bigger sale. So this is a bit of a bigger yes. For the people who are not buying, they're going back to being nurtured. They're not receiving this same sequence right here. They're not getting the same sequence because they already went through that. But we do continue to trigger. We have our system set up for triggers. So if someone doesn't buy, they need to be nurtured a little more. They're not ready. It doesn't mean no. It does not mean they're not going to buy. Okay, so that's another big misunderstanding that a lot of people have is, oh, I sent this email out, I put this out, they didn't buy, they don't want it. That's actually not true, and you really have no right to make an assumption like that. I always say, I've said this for many years, it's none of your business. It's not your business if they have the money. It's not your business if they want your offer. It's not your business. You just don't want to make assumptions when it comes to business. If someone has not purchased something from you, it doesn't mean it's a no. It doesn't mean they don't want it. It doesn't mean they're not interested. It doesn't mean your offer's wrong. It doesn't mean anything. You don't have any right to make an assumption. All you need to know is they didn't take an action yet. So let's scale back a little bit. Let's take a little break. Let's continue to build more of a relationship with these people. Let's show them we do care about them, and we're not just trying to sell to them. We're trying to really help them. Let's step back and give them some more good value, give them some more free stuff, connect with them, try to maybe get on a call with them and just connect and support them, pitch free. We have to stop focusing on just sell, and we really need to understand that what we do right here, this indoctrination sequence, the nurturing, the relationship building, that's what actually sells for you. It's not your sales sequence. Because if you move someone into a sales sequence, they're really already buyers. They're really already they're ready to do that already before you even move them there, because you've nurtured them so well. You built such a good relationship. You spent the time with them. They're actually ready to buy. You just don't know it yet, right? So you really need to take more time in that nurturing. And you need to be very mindful and very intentional that when you do put someone in a sales sequence and they don't buy, you need to slow down and nurture them a little bit more. Instead of giving up on them, or instead of saying they're not buyers or they don't want this, you need to stop for a minute, let go of assumptions, and you need to say, hey, listen, if this was me, maybe they're not ready. Maybe these people or this person needs a little bit more time before they're ready to buy. Not everyone is like an active fast buyer. Not every person is going to buy the first time. Jennifer's here on this live. She just bought into my 6-month momentum mastermind, and she's been on my list for over a year. It took over a year of nurturing and supporting and showing up before she was ready to make a purchase. And there's plenty of other people here that's watching now too, and that's in my community where they just didn't buy right away. That doesn't mean that they're not eventually going to buy from you. It just matters that you're putting the right things in front of them at the right time. And if it's not the right time, be okay with that. Go back and finish nurturing them a little bit. Give them some time to make a decision and be ready. You have to know that the people that are on your list are not the only people in the world. The people that are in your Facebook group, they're not the only people in the world. Those are not your only options to get sales. And you have to really understand, you can bring more and more people into your community each and every single day. So you don't need to get tripped up and attached to this one person buy-in from you, or these 50 people on your email list who are not ready to buy right now. You need to set your intentions different and look at this differently. Okay, that's part of this process. Okay. So they go through the sales sequence, they buy this little freebie, then they buy the next one, and then you start to move them into something bigger. Maybe you have a big group program. Maybe you're like me and you have a mastermind program. Maybe it's one-on-one coaching. Maybe it's a done-for-you package. Maybe it's just a product. Or maybe it's, hey, get on the sales call and let's talk about how I can help you. And you have a few different offers, and you're going to see which one fits them best. However you do your sales. At this point, we want to start to move them into the next bigger step, right? So that's what that email sequence will consist of. It doesn't dive right into like a big sale. You can see that I gradually move it up while still nurturing them, being very mindful and setting up proper triggers and sequences based on their actions, okay? That way you can decrease your unsubscribes, you can decrease those a little bit, because you're spending time with people and they like that, they appreciate that, they don't get that everywhere. So they're going to stick around longer and more with you, okay? So if you want to decrease your unsubscribes, start showing up, start to spend more time with people and understand that, hey, these people are not ready to buy, I need to nurture them some more. And that's okay. Now, here's another, this is the third sequence, okay, is the follow-up sequence. And this is where almost all entrepreneurs, a huge part, there's a huge percentage of entrepreneurs that never even get to this part. They actually don't do this indoctrination sequence. They go straight to the sales, and then whoever doesn't buy, they say screw it, and they never even do the follow-up. This is a huge freaking mistake, and it is to blame why you do not have an active, engaged email list. You do not have people buying. You do not have people clicking. Maybe you don't even have a lot of open rates. If you're not seeing what you want to see with your email list, this is why. It's because you're not actually going through an intentional process. You're getting people to opt in, they're getting their freebie, and then you're sending random emails after that, whenever you feel like it, of probably content that's not congruent, and it's probably just pitchy. So that is going to be a huge reason why you're not seeing results with your email list. And a lot of people come to me and say, oh, it's not the right people on my list, I don't think, because they're not buying. I'm like, great, well, when was the last time you emailed them? Oh, it's been months. Well, if you're not emailing and you're not asking for the sale and you're not creating relationships with people, then guess what? They're not going to buy from you. And chances of them even opening your email is probably slim to none. So if your email list isn't doing what you want it to do, that's on you. That is your fault. And you probably have not done these 3 sequences in this order and for the proper amount of time in congruency. And that's why people are not buying. So you need to have the sequence that nurtures them, and you continue to nurture them throughout all 3 sequences. You don't ever stop doing that. Be very mindful. Set up proper triggers. If people don't take a certain action, stop for a minute and think about why they might not be doing that, and then set up some more nurture sequences. This does not need to be a difficult thing. I'm going to show you a little snapshot here in a minute. And then you must have a follow-up sequence. This is where you keep communication open. You don't just say, oh, they didn't buy, forget them. You keep the communication open and you continue to activate sales. Okay, because just because someone didn't buy the first 2, 3, 4 things that you put out doesn't mean they're not buyers. Here's how you'll know they're not a buyer. They will unsubscribe from your email list. They don't want communication from you. That is a clear sign they're not a buyer. They're not interested in what you're putting out there. It doesn't mean that you suck and they don't like you. It just means they're not interested in what you have to offer. It's not what they need. It's not what they want, or they just don't like your style. Maybe they don't like you at all. Either way, it's just business. It's perfectly fine. Who cares? I love when I see people unsubscribe. It's literally like a celebration because it just gets me closer to having a list of buyers, and people that are not buyers or not in my community for the right reasons, they're out of the way. Makes my job easier, so I don't care. Unsubscribe all day. Please do, because you have to pay for those subscribers. So I don't want to pay for people that are just sitting on my list and they have no interest in anything I'm teaching. Like, get out of my Facebook group and get off my email list already. I'm cool with that. I'm not attached to that stuff. And if you have a lot of people on your email list, just a little tip here, if you have a lot of people, or any amount, if you have people that are on your email list that are not opening, clicking your emails and stuff like that, it's going to make your email marketing system have lower deliverability. So what that means is your email system is going to say, you know what, we're sending these emails out, but people are not, they're not opening, they're not clicking, so you know what, we're really just not going to send it to them. So what's going to start to happen is you're going to see your open rates drop, and your deliverability is going to be really low. If you're putting time, energy, and money into emailing your list and nurturing your people, you do not want that to happen. The way that you keep your deliverability high with your email marketing system is you stay consistent and you make sure that the people on your email list are opening and they are clicking and they are engaging. If they're not, get them off your list. It's going to damage your deliverability. I promise you that. It's a proven fact. I experienced it and I didn't even know what was going on until I switched email marketing systems and cleaned out my list. Once I did that, I saw my open rates skyrocket, okay? And people were like, oh, wow, I haven't heard from you in years. And I have been emailing all along. They would never get in my emails. So you have to be very intentional and you have to be very consistent. Your email list is your money. It's not something that should be optional. You shouldn't wake up today and say, do I want to email my list today? I don't know, maybe. What do I want to email them? You should have this planned out. This should be a priority because Facebook could go away tomorrow. And to be honest with you, they're changing so many algorithms right now that half of everybody is like seeing a huge drop in people seeing their posts or engaging and all of that. Like literally, I have to go through, when I put a post in my Facebook group, I have to tag the people, like a bunch of people. I have to, or email my list or both. I have to let people know because Facebook isn't going to deliver that to you. Like that's what Facebook is doing. They want you to pay for everything. Rightfully so. It's a business. I get it. But it sucks because a lot of the people that normally see your posts are not seeing them, not on your page, not on your personal profile, and not in your Facebook group. It's getting harder and harder. Guess what? Your email list is where the money is. Get everybody that wants to stay connected with you onto your email list, or you are going to struggle financially. It's just the way things are going right now. It's a big change. People are still adjusting. Some don't even know about all this. I wouldn't know if my social media gal didn't tell me. But the point is, your emails matter. You have to start taking this seriously. And you also have to understand that the people you're communicating with are human beings. I get that we live in a very technology-driven world and we're behind our computer screens, but the people that we're communicating with, they are humans. I mean, they do have real life problems. They do have real goals. They have challenges and struggles. They have feelings. Like, these are real people. So when you create emails and you ask people to come sign up. Hey, give me your name and email. I'm going to give you something. Give them something damn good. I mean, it just is in integrity. It's the right thing to do. And then engage with them. I'm going to use this analogy with you guys, and then I want to share a little screenshot with you. But I'm going to share an analogy that just kind of goes with this. Inviting someone to your Facebook group or inviting someone on your email list, right? You invite them, and then to just disappear, right? You just, whatever. They get what they opted in for, and then that's it. Or you invite them in your Facebook group and you welcome them, and that's it. It's the same thing as if you buy a new house and you invite 5 of your friends over and you say, hey friends, come check out my new house. I want to walk you through. It's amazing. It's gorgeous. You got to come check it out. Well, let's say that 5 of those friends that you invited, let's say only 3 of them showed up. So now you say, hey, what the hell? Only 3? I invited 5. I can't believe only 3 showed up. Well, for one, you can clearly hear how that sounds really terrible. It kind of sounds really mean, right? That you're going to basically say, who gives a shit about the 3? 2 didn't show up. Like, kind of rude. Okay, so that's the first part. Now you get your 3 friends in your house. They walk in the entry of your doorway, and then you say, oh my God, come on in, and you shut the door behind them, and then you walk away. You don't say anything. You just walk away. You like leave the room, and they're looking around. They don't even know where you went. They're looking around like, wait, where did she go? What do we do? Okay, let's just wait a minute. Maybe she's coming right back. I'm just going to stand here. And then your friends stand there and wait for you. They don't know what you want them to do. They don't know where you went. They don't know if you're coming back. And then eventually, guess what they do? They turn around, they open the door, and they walk out. And then you come back, and you're like, hey, guys, oh, my God, I got to tell you about something. Where did you guys go? And you're looking around, and you're like, I don't get it. They're gone. They're not listening to me. Nobody's talking to me. Where did they go? What happened? And here's the thing, you would never do that, right? You would invite your friends into your home. You'd be so excited to see the 3 out of the 5 that showed up, all right? You wouldn't even be thinking about the other 2 because 3 showed up. You'd invite them in. You'd give them a tour. You'd probably say, hey, would you like a free drink? Or, hey, come sit on my couch. Let's talk. Oh, my God, I want to catch up. I missed you guys. I haven't heard from you. What do you think of the house? And you have a 2-way, 3-way, 4-way conversation. And maybe you say, hey, let's have a meal. I'll cook a free meal for you. Stay for lunch, dinner, whatever. That's what you would do in real life. So what I need for you guys to understand is you need to apply that same intention into your computer, into your emails, into your Facebook group, into the things that you're doing virtually. There is no difference. The only thing is a computer that is dividing the 2 into separate worlds, essentially. The only other thing that is making a difference is your mindset. You're looking at this like, oh, they can't see me. Who cares? I'm behind here. You're saying things in your emails that you would not say in person. You're taking actions and you're doing things you would not do in person. So that's a problem. And that needs to stop because the way you treat people virtually should be no different than what you would do if they were sitting in your office or next to you in your house. There's no difference. And here's the thing. You can choose to keep doing what you're doing, or you can change the way you're doing it and get a different result. But what I'm going to tell you right now is this shit matters. The way you treat your people, email-wise, in your Facebook group, but the way you treat them, it matters. And it's no different than how you would treat people that were standing face-to-face right beside you. So until people start to realize that just because you're behind a screen does not mean you can be an asshole, it doesn't mean that you can treat people like they're nothing but a number and all you're trying to do is sell to them. You cannot do that and actually make money. You cannot do that and have relationships with people. You're not going to be able to do that and be successful. And that's the bottom line. These 3 automated funnels right here, I set up with the pure intention of building relationships with my people. The people that want to build a relationship with me. These emails right here do that for me. They allow me to do that. And it's all intentional. It's all in integrity. It's all honest. Everything I do in my business is with love, and I mean it, and I'm passionate about it. And I do what I would do if I was face-to-face with you guys. If you guys were all in this office with me right now, I would say the same thing with the same tone of voice, the same F-bombs. It wouldn't be any different. And guess what? My emails are no different. I'm the same person no matter what I do, okay? And I have the same intention. I'm not going to do anything in my email sequence that I wouldn't do face-to-face, okay? And I could tell you right now, I would not ask somebody to give me something, their name and email, to get on my list so I could treat them like a piece of shit after. I would not do that in person, and I'm not going to do that here in my business. I want to take care of them. I want to get to know them. I want to build a relationship with them before I start saying, buy my shit, buy my shit, buy my shit. I don't even know if I want to work with you. So why would I even do that? I'm not going to do that. That's just bad business, and it's stupid. Just going to be totally honest. You don't even know if you want to work with them, those people, or if you can even help them at worst, right? Okay, so those are the 3 emails. Let's look at kind of this in play. So basically, what I do is I create a signature free offer. You can see that here. I create a signature free offer that is basically what I want people to know me as, which I am the sales rebel. Everybody knows that. I break all rules when it comes to sales and business, and I do things my way, and I want my clients to do things their way, and we don't really follow rules in this community. It's just the way it is. I have very few rules, and if I do have any, they are totally in integrity. But for the most part, it's let's do things the way you want to do them, so they're fun and you love them and you have a blast and you make some money and help people. So when you create your free offer, you really want to create a free offer that is in integrity with what you want people to know you for. You know, what you want people to get to know you, because this is like the first point of entry. When they opt into that freebie, it could be the very first time they've ever met you, they've ever got on your email list or joined your Facebook group. They might not know you from a hole in the wall. So what do you want them to know? Like, what do you want to be known as? What's this thing? And this signature free offer should be super, super valuable. Totally congruent with the end goal. So if you're trying to get people eventually to buy into like if I'm trying to get people to buy into my, let's say my sales signature program. My sales signature program is called the Sales Rebel. And it is basically, a broken down, 3-ish month program where I am teaching people everything they need to know about going off and putting the right foundations in place, getting focused and making some money in their business. And if I'm trying to get people into that, then this signature free offer needs to be congruent with that. So that each thing I send to them and each communication and each offer makes sense. It's the next step. So you want to take your main offer and work backwards. So before they get to that main offer, what are the things they need first? And give them a little taste, little taste, little taste, little taste, and then get a little bigger and a little bigger, all the way to that end offer. So you're course correcting, you're working backwards. That signature free offer should be that very first step before they're even ready for your big program, okay? That's how you get known for something. And everyone that opts in, you know that they could be potential buyers, potential clients, because it makes sense. If you have like some random offer and your end program isn't really anything to do with that, you're getting people in for this one thing, but they don't want that thing at the end. So that just doesn't make sense. Now the ways, here's the ways. You could do Facebook Live or some Facebook posts. You could do a PDF downloadable or like a little checklist or a cheat sheet. You can do a webinar. I love webinars. You could do a summit. A summit's a great list build, but you got to remember, if you want to make money from that, you've got to put them through the 3 funnels. Definitely. You have to put everybody through all of those, no matter what. Now, so you're going to do your ways over here. They're going to come in and have this signature free offer that you've given them. And then once they get this, they go through these 3 funnels. No questions asked. They go through these complete 3 funnels. Now, it's really one big funnel, but because there's different offers, it's essentially different funnels. But all you do is set up the one funnel and you have triggers so that based on their actions, they get triggered into a different sequence. Okay, so you have these 3 funnels. Your indoctrination sequence consists of 1 email, 2 email, 3, 4, 5. Mine is 5 right now. It used to be 2, 1, then it went to 2, then it went to 5. We might even add a couple more to this. Then they move into the sales sequence. We talked about this. There's at least 5 emails here, at least. And then we have the follow-up sequence. There's 5 emails here, but here's the catch. This sequence right here never stops. It never stops until someone says, stop emailing me, or until someone opts out. Otherwise, they just keep getting this. So essentially what you do is you do a 5 email sequence of follow-up. And then what you can do is after they've done that, like we can add like an arrow here. After they've hit this, this 5th one, let me show you what you could do. After they go through this 5th email, you can actually have them come here. And then what you'll do is this can basically turn into like your main newsletter or email list. So basically what happens is you'll go through, and this is where continue to nurture. You just continue to nurture at this point. So basically, if you send out like a weekly mailer or newsletter or something like that, they just keep getting this, right? This doesn't stop. You have to keep nurturing for like ever, for as long as they're on your email list. It doesn't stop. So you have to set up a consistent content marketing plan where you consistently say, I am, sending out this newsletter each and every single week on Tuesday at this time, or I am sending out this, 2 or 3 emails every single week on Monday, Wednesday, Friday at this time, or whatever. And what happens is after people have gone through this sequence, after they've gone through this sequence and the follow-up sequence and they've got this 5th email, at this point, they haven't taken an action. They haven't booked a call with you. They haven't purchased again or at all. They haven't expressed interest in anything. Nothing's really happening. So what do you do with them? Well, you don't just say, screw them. I'm going to just, they're not buying, so screw them. I'm just going to leave them. You don't do that. What you'll do is you'll just put them back into your main funnel where they just continue to receive the regular, consistent emails that you send out. Some are free stuff, some are paid, whatever you email to your list on a regular basis. They just go back into that. So they're not really receiving these specific emails. You're not sending these offers to them. You're not doing that anymore. You're just sending them your regular stuff. And they get that on a regular basis. But you got to take them through this entire 3-step journey before you do that. Because you're going to maximize your sales. You're going to minimize your efforts if you follow this process. If you take them through all 3 of these sequences in full, and everything is aligned, it's all congruent in integrity, one thing leads to the next, then this funnel right here is going to become a money maker for you. It's going to take place behind the scenes. Once you set it up, it's done. Then you just tweak and edit and improve it along the way. But then it's done. It's all set up for you, right? You don't even need to think about it. You have people coming in, and then guess what? Later, this over here, you can automate later. So then guess what? Then you have this webinar that you've done live a few times. You've got it so that it's converting really, really good. People are loving it. You're getting great opt-ins. Well, now automate it. Now you have an automated webinar that people can come into, and they can go through these sequences right here, and they can buy something in the end. And guess what? It's a one and done. You've already done the effort. You don't have to do anything with this anymore. You just keep driving traffic to it, and then you fulfill whatever they're buying. And you can have things in here that they buy that are home study or self-study, or it's a behind the scenes. It doesn't take any effort from you. Or you can move them into something bigger, like a big mastermind, a VIP day, a one-on-one coaching package to create recurring income. So you have 2 things. You have passive income, you have multiple streams of income, and then you have your active income, which is like your one-on-one coaching, your VIP days. So you're getting these bigger ticket items where you're doing the work you really love with your clients, but behind the scenes, around the clock, on automation, at all times, you have income coming into your business from these funnels right here. These are money-making funnels if you do them right. If you do them and it's congruent and you set it up with good intention, these will make you money. And believe me, it's well worth setting this up It is tenfold going to come back for you, and it's going to make this so worth. You're going to wish you did it sooner. And here's the final piece here is if you feel like this is overwhelming and you're like, oh God, you don't need to start with 5 emails. I told you, when I had my indoctrination sequence, when I first set it up, I had 1 email. And then I'm like, oh, I want to check in. I want to know, like, did they like the free thing they downloaded? Did they get value from it? Like, can we continue a conversation? And then I had 2 emails. Then I learned a little bit about business, and I understand it takes no less than 5 touches before someone will even think about buying from you. No less than 5, like a minimum. And guess what? It can take up to 15 or 20. So guess what? If you look at all 3 of my funnels, I have 5, 10, 15 emails minimum that everyone who comes into my list goes through. Minimum. Think about how much I'm maximizing my sales just with those 15 emails. And honestly, I want to say that my sales sequence is 6 or 7 emails now. I would have to check. And we're going to be adding a couple more to this follow-up because over time you just learn things and you're like, oh, I got some new stuff and some juicy stuff. And guess what? Throw it in your sequences because it's only going to maximize your sales and it's going to minimize your efforts. Keep it updated, keep it fresh, keep it exciting, and keep it your best stuff. These funnels right here make me a shit ton of passive income. I'm not going to lie. They make me a ton of money behind the scenes. And then the things that I'm doing on the forefront are the things I really love. These things behind the scenes are just what people need before they can come work with me. And it's just to give them some good value so they can go up and get some little results. But it's nothing big. You got to get that through working with me, right? So this is just the passive stuff. And it's activating buyers so I can get them into my big stuff and they're ready for it. Does this make sense? Does anyone have any questions? I know it's a lot, but I love funnels. I love them when they're done right with the right intention. And these are 3 very simple funnels. Now, I do have something to share with you guys if you're interested. If you're thinking like, damn, I wish I had these funnels set up. I can totally see how these funnels make sense and how it would increase and maximize my profits and probably minimize a lot of my time. And I totally get that I need something like this in my business because I have people coming on my list and nothing's happening with them. So it's not even probably worth your time to try to build your list because you're not really actually monetizing it. So if you're feeling like, God, I would like to have this set up, but it feels a little overwhelming, it's a little confusing, I do want to let you guys know that my Momentum Mastermind is open. And here's the catch. There's going to be a couple of things we're going to be doing in here that I think you guys would be interested in. Some of you on here are already in my mastermind, so yay. Well, one of the things we're going to do is plan out your 2018 marketing content schedule, your planner. So we're actually going to create all the content so that this right here, you know what offers you want to put in here, you know what upsells you want to put in here, you know the price points, and you know what to put in your emails. Because if you don't know what you're selling, if you don't know what these sequences actually lead to, then what do you put in the emails? You wouldn't know that. You wouldn't know what to put in all these emails if you don't know what they're leading to, which are your offers, the end goals, the money goals, the price points, all of that. You don't know that stuff if you don't first have a plan, a content marketing plan. So we're going to do your whole 2018, your offers, your monthly themes, your topics, your price points, your goals, your signature system. We're going to create all of that. The other thing we're going to do is a cash injection. I'm going to give you my entire cash injection training. There's 8 different campaigns. I'm going to walk you through every single one. I'm going to give you all my templates. You're going to go off and you're going to make some mad money with what you already have in place so that you can start to boost your confidence, get some more clarity on what you really want to put into these sequences here, and also start to activate some buyers. And then we're going to go in here. We're going to do a really big list build. We're going to build your list by hundreds, okay? We're gonna do like big list builds, not little ones, like what you see here. This is just a little, you know, these are just little, but we're gonna do like a bigger list build where you're gonna grow your list by hopefully hundreds, if not more than that. And then what you're going to do is you're gonna build your list and then we're going to do an anti-launch. These are quick one-off little launches, which is all gonna play a part in this sequence right here. So that it only makes sense that we're going to do automated funnels. So the next thing I'm going to do with you guys is create these 3 funnels right here. Your indoctrination sequence, your sales sequence, your follow-up sequence, and then we'll create your schedule in your 2018 planner for this main, the consistent follow-up and connection you'll be doing with your email list, whatever that's going to look like. So we're going to map those funnels, and here's the thing. Everything we do in here, I'm going to give you all my templates. So guess what? This sequence right here, I'm going to give you email 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for every single sequence right here. I'm going to give you all my templates. You just need to tweak them, and you need to make them your own, and you need to make them, but I'm going to give you my templates for all of these. So that's like 5, 10, 15, it's at least 15 templates minimum that you're going to get from me. And I'm going to walk you through how to go set this stuff up. You're going to get this set up, and you're going to see a big boost in your email engagement, in your income, and you're going to see a huge decrease in the effort and time you have to put in. All you have to do is make these emails your own, but the work is done for you. I'm basically giving you all the emails that I've created and tweaked and improved along the way, and all you got to do is go set them up, and then you need to tweak them to make them your own. And if you're thinking, oh my God, that sounds awesome, but what if I don't have the money and I'm not techie? Well, here's the thing. That's why we're going to do a big cash injection. I'm going to give you my entire training on cash injections. There's 8 different campaigns. You can absolutely do at least 3 of them. And you're going to take my templates that I'm going to give you for those, and you're going to go send them out on your Facebook, your social media, your email list. You're going to go do an entire campaign, and that's all we're going to focus on for the first, between now and the beginning of the new year. We're going to plan out your 2018 year, and you're going to do cash injections. And that's it. We're not focusing on anything else. You're going to do cash injections, make a shit ton of money really fast, really easily. That's for sure. And you'll have money to delegate the setup of this funnel to a VA or to somebody, right? Like, you won't even have to do this. And you'll be so pumped because you'll have the money, and you'll say, boom, here's the emails. Here's all my templates. Here's the funnel. This is what I want it to look like. Go set it up. You're not even going to have to worry about that. That's why we're doing a cash injection in the program. All right, any questions? Does anyone have any questions? Okay, Sharon says, good information. What if you have a list that you haven't used for a year? Do you help with re-engagement campaigns? So yes, Sharon, this indoctrination sequence is part of how I brought my list back to life. I went from like 2 or 3% open rate, which I'm sorry, that's really bad. That's embarrassing to even say. But I went well over 20% open rate, which is more than average, by using this indoctrination sequence to re-engage, re-nurture, and build back up a little bit of relationship with people. So I actually, if you have a stale list, then I'm going to give you an additional set of like 3 emails that you're going to actually send to your list before you send this indoctrination sequence. You're going to put them through. If you have a stale list, I'm going to give you 3-ish emails. And what you're going to do is you're going to take those 3-ish emails, and you're going to put your stale list through those few emails. And it's going to be a re-engagement. It's going to be, here's what you can expect from me. Sorry I've been away. Here's what I've been working on that's so amazing for you. Basically, you're going to re-engage them. You're going to reactivate them, build them back up. And then once you do that, you're going to stick them in this indoctrination sequence, which, by the way, is effing gold, because now you've nurtured them with these 3 re-engagement emails, and now you're just going to give them even more great shit. So now they're like, wow, like this is really great. So here's what I'll do. I'll just add this here so everybody that watches the replay or joins in late can catch this. But basically, actually, let me do this. What I'll do is I'll just add this other thing, because you might have to, if you have a stale list, then yes, you need to do this first. So what you'll do is we will do, I think it's like 3 emails, I think. So it's a 3-part re-engagement. Okay, so you'll do a 3-part re-engagement email. And this will take place before. So then what you'll do, once you do this 3-part engagement, I just want to change the color of it, guys, because let's just do like a different color. Okay, so once you do that, if you have a stale list or a list of people that just aren't engaging, then you can come down here and you can do your indoctrination sequence. So it is a little, you got to put people through a process. You can't just like, you know, throw people into stuff. So you'll do this first, okay? And then after you do the 3-part re-engagement sequence, and I'll just note here, if you have a stale list. So if you have a stale list that, you know, they're just not doing much at all, then you do want to put them through this first, okay? And then once you put them through that, you can slap them right into that indoctrination sequence. It is a process. You have to do one thing at a time. And it depends on where you are. If you have an engagement list, then you could skip the, you know, you obviously don't need to put them through a re-engagement list if they're already engaging with you. Okay, any other questions? This is such a good topic. And I'm so effing excited about this. Let me just put here, I'm so excited because this is what I'm going to be doing with everybody in my mastermind program. You will start here. So you're going to start here if you do have that unengaged list. Anybody else have any other questions? Anything about the funnel? The 3-part sequence? Anything about that? Anything about momentum? Do you have any questions about momentum? We're doing a lot because, listen, we're spending 6 months live together. This is not a group cookie cutter program here. This is us live together, getting you focused, getting you into momentum and making money, but faster, easier, right? So setting up those sequences is just part of that's one thing we're going to do together. We have lots of other things. Right now, you're probably wondering the price. It's a pay in full option of $2,000, or we have an easy 6 payment plan of $417. Again, it's for 6 months. We'll spend 6 months together. Let's see. So we'll be doing your funnels, but we'll be doing your 2018 content marketing plan, literally for the whole year. That'll be for the 2018 year. We're going to be doing your offers, your price points. So we're talking free offers, paid, low ticket, high ticket, everything in between, you know, all that good stuff. We're going to be doing a great big list build. If you haven't done giveaways and summits and some live webinars and some bigger stuff, we're going to be doing big things like that. I'm not talking about little list build. I'm talking about a big list build. You guys, we're going to be doing an anti-rebel launch. I call it a rebel launch because I don't like launching. I like to do things in like short, bite-sized chunks. So I like to have a lot of offers, or a lot of offers, but little launches. I don't like to do a big drawn-out like 90-day launch. I'm all set with that. I don't teach it, don't do it. I like the little stuff. We're going to be doing your automated funnels. We're going to be doing a big cash injection. Yay, I'm so excited for the women. We have 8 or 9 women who already jumped in last week. And I'm almost done with the cash injection training. I'm ready to release it to them this week or Monday. They're literally going to be going off and injecting some mad cash really easy into their business. I'm so excited about that. It's the first time I've ever created an entire training on this. I've always just done them. So really excited about that. We're going to be also releasing, before the 6 months is up, I have a brand new training on Facebook groups that's being released in January, in 2018. This is something that we're just now creating. It's never been given or taught to anyone in my community. And it's how I've made $30,000 in less than 30 days just using Facebook groups. It's how I did a 2-week launch and I generated $15,000. I just did Facebook groups. It's also, my clients have made a shit ton of money with this process. So I'm going to actually break down, how do you build a really engaging group? How do you nurture that group? How do you get that group to engage? How do you get them to actually buy and become buyers and activate them? I'm doing a complete training on Facebook groups. Everyone else is going to have to pay either $297 or $497, depending on when they sign up for that. But you guys in my Momentum Mastermind get this for free. So very excited. And just to let you know, cash injection is a $997 offer. You guys also get that free when you join the program. So you also get, I should add, this is not a group like cookie cutter automated program. We're doing pretty much everything live. You get daily Facebook group support. You get one-on-one Voxer access to me. So it's kind of like having the community, the group stuff, and then also like the one-on-one all rolled into one for 6 months. So if you need accountability, if you need focus, if you need strategy and you need a plan of action so you know what you're doing every day, this is definitely a program that you should be looking at and considering. There'll be some additional trainings as well that I'm going to release in my portal for you guys, just to let you know. Let's see. Okay, so any other questions on these funnels? Any questions on momentum? Any questions on the funnels? I'm not seeing any, so I'm assuming everyone is good. I'm assuming you guys all have your funnels set up because nobody's saying anything. So let me know. If not, we'll wrap up. I'm just going to take a drink while I wait. Okay, cool. So if anybody has any questions, you can drop it in the comments. Obviously, I engage personally with everybody. So if anything comes through in the replay or a little bit later here in these comments, I'll come back and engage with you guys. Would anybody like the replay? I'm not keeping this in my Facebook group very long. Does anyone want me to email you the replay? Oh, and I should tell you, Jennifer said, this is my first time using Voxer. I love it, especially since I'm verbal. Come join us, lady. Yeah, so Jennifer is already in. Okay, Jennifer's already in Momentum. So she's already got access, even though the Momentum does not start until January. It doesn't actually begin until January, but everyone who joins now gets immediate Voxer access to me and Facebook group access. So Jennifer and I have been Voxering and just talking through some things already, which is awesome. Sharon, you said yes. Are you on my email list, Sharon? If I send out the replay to this, are you on my email list? That way you get it. Jennifer says yes, the replay, please. Jennifer, I'm going to put this in the portal for you guys that are in the mastermind anyway, so you'll get that. But I am going to send a replay. So I'll send out an email with the replay to this. Sharon, just let me know if you're on my list, hon. If you're not, we want to make sure you are so you get it. This training's, I'll keep it in the Facebook group for a little bit. You're not sure you're in the Facebook group. I can check, Sharon. If not, I'll private message you. How's that sound? If you're not, I'll private message you so you can get on there and then get the replay, because I'll leave it in the group for probably a couple days, but then it's coming out. I'm going to put it in the portal for my masterminders. You're welcome, Jennifer. Sharon, that sounds good. Awesome. Any other questions, guys? Does anyone have any questions about Momentum? Any questions at all about Momentum? If you do, I want to make sure I answer them for you. If you have any questions about this, if you're even considering it, if you guys want to hop, if anyone wants to get on a call to talk about this just to see if it's a good fit, I'm happy to do that as well. But if you have any questions about Momentum, or if you have any questions about the funnels we just went over, let me know. Because if not, I'll let you guys get back to your day. Hopefully it's productive. And I'm going to go back to recording my cash injection trainings for everyone joining Momentum. Also, guys, I have a free training coming up. First of all, let me drop this link in the comments in case you guys need this. In the comments, I just gave you guys the link for Momentum if that is something you're interested in, okay? All you got to do is go to selllikearebel.com/momentum. Okay, you can see that right up here as well. It'll take you right here to this page. You can come check out all the details, but just know this is a generic page, meaning if you need something inside this program, it is not a cookie cutter program. You're going to get it. If you need something that's not listed on this page, you just tell me and I'll create it for you. Like, that's what this program is about. It's about what you need to get in inspired action and to be in momentum and earning money. So there's going to be some of you that have already joined and that do join. You're going to need more than what's listed on this page. And so that's what's really great about this program. You get what you need and you don't get what you don't need. It's very customized and personalized. Let me know if you have questions, but you can go to selllikearebel.com/momentum. I put it in the comments. I will drop it in the description above right after we end this training. And then the other thing is, here's another link for an upcoming training I'm doing. It's just go to selllikearebel.com/paying clients, and I'm going to drop that in the link for you right now. And then I'm also going to put this in the description above when I end this training. So that way you guys can access this really easily. Clients, paying clients. So this is just another free training I'm going to be doing that's coming up October 31st. And here's what I'm going to share with you. My hands down, by the way, my hands down, these are basically like the 4 things that I go to when I want to get paying clients. So it's my hands down 4 favorite ways to get paying clients. And it's the fastest, most simplified strategies for landing clients ready to buy. I'm sharing the deets on that. And you can go check out the page to see like what I'm going to be teaching you, what you'll learn on this. It happens October 31st. You definitely want to get in for that. Just go to selllikearebel.com/paying-clients. That's a free training coming up. You definitely want to get in on that. So I dropped the link for that in the comments below as well. And then I'm going to put both of these links for this training and momentum in the description above. So you guys have that. Any other questions? I'm going to go ahead and pin that. Any questions before we wrap up? I'm just checking Facebook to make sure I didn't miss anything. Sharon says, great information. Jennifer says, freaking love this, and it's so confirming why I already committed and join you in Rebel Momentum Mastermind. Yay! I know, it's so excited. I answered that question. All right, guys. Well, as much as I'd love to sit here and spend some more time with you, I only want to be here if I can actually support you, so it doesn't look like anyone has any other questions coming through. If you do, drop them below. If you're watching the replay, I will respond to you personally. It's not going to be no bot or assistant or whatever. It'll be me. And any other questions, let me know. I'm happy to support you. Go ahead and get on the list for Momentum. Come join us. So excited. Big stuff is happening there. But if you are not ready for that yet, get on the list for this free training. My 4 favorite ways to get paying clients. Come check that out. There's some juicy content there. I will go ahead and shoot the replay out. If you guys are on my email list, you'll get the replay to this here in just a few. If you are not, then come jump on my email list. Come to selllikearebel.com/paying clients. You'll get this replay as well for what we did here today, the funnels. If you are already in Momentum and you're in my program, I'm gonna put this training in the portal for you guys, so you'll have that. And let me know if you have any questions. I will see you guys all here shortly.